Okay, howdy ho, everybody. It's Wednesday. Oh, Tuesday. Tuesday. So you know what time it is? We're back here in my. Yep, we're back in my office. You may need to actually twist it up a little.
Yeah, I know, right?
Another notch or two, so we can actually see the.
There we go.
I have a twisty desk that goes up and down. There you go.
There we go.
So we can see the comics a little more gooder because this is our first time doing this. See, we're throwing shit all over the place. All right, so we read almost every comic that comes out because holy crap, this week was nuts.
New record for me, 42.
42. I didn't read 42. I think I hit 32, 33. So you're about 10 more than me. I'm interested to see if you got some stuff in there that I maybe don't have.
It's possible. Yeah.
So this is what I did not read this week. Look at this. This is nuts. This is what I did not read this week. I'm going to quickly just go through these, okay? Now, Basilic, this is kind of cool, actually. There's a three cover set. This is third print of number 1. Here's a second print of number 2, or third print of number 2, and number 3. This is a second print. So it's really cool, kind of 3 cover matchup. Like, I'm going to keep these because I think they're pretty cool. And I like Basilic. Okay, I did not read Exo Manowar just because I haven't. I'm not going to start.
No start.
I didn't read Sonic because
blasphemy.
I'm not reading Firefly issue 33. I didn't even see the TV show.
Nope.
Nobody's Child. I did thumb through this, and it looked like the art didn't match. It looked very cartoonish art for a very, very gory series. It didn't look like a match. I didn't read. I just thumbed through it. Dark Blood, I wasn't really interested in that. I mean, I thumbed through that too, and it just kind of missed the mark for me. But again, I don't feel like I know enough about this to give it an honest review, so I just kind of manned it. I think I would like this. I actually do. I'm actually kind of curious to start reading this. Joanna and the Impossible Monsters. I thumbed through this one, and it caught my attention many, many times. And I started actually like reading it as I was thumbing through it. So I'm gonna actually give this series a shot. It's on issue 7.
I recognize the name Chris Samney. I think I know that name.
I recognize that name too.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give this one a shot. This caught my attention with the art and some of the pacing in the story. So I'll be giving that a shot. This one looks fun. I just haven't read it. Kaiju Max. Suicide Jockeys, this lost me. It totally lost me. This would probably be a skip it for me, but I don't really remember reading issue 1 or 2.
Issue 1 was terrible.
And this just really missed the mark for me. So Suicide Jockeys number 3, wasn't really into it. Good luck. I'm not reading this from Boom. Adventure Man number 6. I do like the Dodson cover, but didn't read it. Touching Evil. No, not what we do at evening when we're alone. The comic.
No.
That Texas Blood. That did not make it into my eyeballs. Didn't read it. I do want to read this later. This Halloween.
I did read it.
Did you read it? I want to read this. I just didn't get a chance.
The three one-off stories.
And this one here, Living Corpse, kind of same thing. I do want to read this one from American Mythology. The Citizen.
I read that too.
You know what? I think I wanted to read this.
It's not bad.
Is this the dude? He's the only dude that has powers.
Yes. Yeah.
I do want to read this. This is going to go into my read pile.
Yeah, it's not bad. You'll like it. It's not bad.
Let me set this over here so I remember to read it.
Just my one thing is that it feels like it's not. I put it to the side, whatever. But it's missing something. It's like missing that one thing to put in the top 10. It's good.
I do want to read that. Once in the future, everyone's telling me to read this. I just haven't had a chance to catch up on it. This is issue 21. I need to get some trades.
Watch Excalibur.
I am very wanting to read it though. Chew. I haven't read Chew. I like the first series of Chew. I just haven't got into the second series. Second Chances. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. We're about halfway. We only find them when they're dead. Number 9 is out. Again, I'm just. Some of you guys love this series, mining giant robots and stuff in space. I just haven't got into it. Ruins. I like the cover, but.
Is it Runes or Ruins?
I don't know. Runes?
Runes? Okay.
Runes. So, Runes. Saint Mercy. I did not read it. Moths. I want to read this. I want to go back and read all these AWA books. excuse me. I want to read all these AWA books because everyone I've read, I've enjoyed it. And I love Straczynski. Love Straczynski. Rising Stars. You haven't read Rising Stars. It's one of my top 10 series. Beast Wars.
Yeah, series sucks. No.
Walking Dead 25, the color version. I've already read the black and white version. I'm not interested in reading the color version. I love this cover.
God bless Frank Cho. I love Frank Cho.
Yeah, for the last time, I'm not Xena. But I didn't read it. Oblivion Song, I did enjoy it for a while. I lost interest in it. I probably should start reading it again. I don't even know what this is. Lady Baltimore, it doesn't interest me at all. Search for whatever.
It's actually good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't get a chance to read it. I didn't read issue 1, so it's probably skipped issue 2. I could give a shit less about this book. Captain Harlock, whatevs. Transformers number 36. I just can't. I can't do it. I never got into Black Hammer series, so I didn't read Black Hammer. I have no interest in this one. A Man Among Ye. Steffi Phillips did surprise us with
Nuclear Family.
Nuclear Family, and her DC work that's not Harley Quinn. I actually enjoy it, but this one just doesn't interest me. Popstar Assassin. I didn't read it. Drew said you read this.
I read it. Kyle read it, and neither of us can make a lick of sense about it. It's just guys. It's just a wannabe Elvis impersonator getting high, and people are getting high, and like these are supposed to be actors, but they're not the actors. I can't begin to describe just how confusing and nonsensical this comic was. None of it made sense.
All right. MFKZ. I read the first one. It was I just,
holy crap. That's a lot of margin space right there.
Yeah. Jeez. I think this was done in a different format first, and now they're putting it out in comic format. Oh, look, there's some boobies in there.
But my God, look at that. Look at that margin space.
Yeah. Huge margin space. 9 Stones. Not reading it. Didn't read it. The Good Asian. And the one more, guys, then we're going to start. And I'm sure Drew read this.
Actually, I did not. I forgot to grab that one.
Jupiter's Legacy Requiem.
One of the 42 I forgot.
There you go. Read it after we're done. Okay, now we'll get to the stuff that we did read. That's going to be Mez. Now, if you're still with us, I'm going to give away for this video. I got to put these somewhere.
Where is he going? I don't know where is he going. He's moving around like a top.
There we go. Room. So we're gonna give away. Here, show these, will you?
Ooh, yes.
An Anime 3 set of books.
I hear you kids are into the manga stuff.
Yeah, all you manga kids.
Yeah, you kids like this manga stuff.
So I bought some of these to try to give it a shot in the store. One of them sold out right away. Yeah,
it was a Star Wars one, right?
Oh yeah, that thing disappeared. So I don't know anything about these. I don't read them, but hey, like, subscribe, and comment your like number. Comment your like number. Here's how we do our giveaways. You got to like the video. You got to comment your like number, and then we randomly type in how many people liked it. So let's say 500 people liked the video. We type random number generator between 1 and 500. We search for the comment of somebody who commented that number. If you comment your like number, you win. Simple as that. We comment on your comment to message us with your email address.
And we got to do one for crossing the 4,500.
Yeah. I got a big old 5,000. I've had big ones planned for every 1,000 mark, and we just get busy.
That is true.
Guys, we only do one video a week on this channel. Well, maybe a couple. You guys got something cool planned for Saturday, I heard.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
But we're gonna ramp up more content again. It's a lot of work just to run the shop and to keep and just to do this at least. One day a week is completely devoted to nothing but this video. So without further babbling, let's do it. So Mez, you ready? You drive the boat on the Mez.
Okay, Mez, and we got the same ones. We'll do them at the same time for the sake of time.
That way we don't talk about it too much.
For like an hour, like last time.
Yes.
First one I'm going to do is Barbarella number 4.
Oh, I didn't read Barbarella. I know you probably didn't read this. I'm going to pick Stranger Things.
No, I did not. Okay.
Okay. Stranger Things I liked it. I really liked it. I thought I was going to hate it. I liked the TV series, both of them. I liked all the comic series so far. And no surprise, I like this too. It was interesting. I can't wait to read the next one. I want to know what the heck is happening. It's super fun, and yeah. So there you go. Make sure the mic is right. So yeah, I liked it. Didn't make my top 10, but it was a solid read. I did not hate it. Go ahead with your Barbarella.
So bear in mind, I have not read issues 1 through 3 of Barbarella. The only thing I knew about Barbarella was the Jane Fonda 70s softcore movie.
Yeah, that's a good it's a good cover.
Yeah, yes it is. So this was legitimately a solid, good comic.
This is Barbarella number 4.
Yes, I knew nothing about it going into it. And so humans are now androids with human brains following orders without question until someone, named Barbarella, comes around and reminds them of their humanity of what they once had. And it's like, there's some great, Star Trek-esque themes going on in this comic. There's some solid writing in this.
Okay.
I mean, it was literally one step away from being a top 10.
Hoyt?
Yeah.
Hoyt's writing it?
Hoyt, kudos. This is actually really damn good. Yeah. And Barbarella's flipping hot in this. You know, it's
about time.
Yes.
I'm going to complain about that later in a comic I skipped from someone who should be hot that's not at all. Anyway, we'll get to that later. Okay. Here we go. Next one.
I've got Darkhold Blade number 1.
Yeah. Okay. I'll probably talk about that later. I'm going to put something you probably didn't read. Spider-Woman.
Oh, actually, I did read that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I said, I read.
It's like I'm driving the train this week.
Yeah. This round.
Yeah. So.
Is that right? Oh, there we
go.
go.
It's super confusing. So, Spider-Woman. It's I'll start. I didn't hate it. I kind of enjoyed it. A lot of family drama.
Yes.
The teenager was a little much for me. Her teenage sister, a little much for me, but overall, I liked it enough to, if I had the extra money, I'd pick it up. This is the end of a storyline, so there's a lot going on, but I kept up with it. I've been skipping around Spider-Woman, but I didn't hate it. I liked it. The cover's really kind of cool. It's okay. What did you think?
This was another one with an editor doing a better job. This could have been a top 10 book. One, I was not a big fan of all the cutesy wootsy humor going on in this.
Yeah.
Two,
a lot of like kind of trying to be like Peter Parker-esque.
Yes.
Like Jessica's never. She's
really, never been that. No.
Yeah, she's really witty, but it's a sharp kind of. I mean, not that I'm picking on.
She was great in Bendis wrote her in New Avengers. She was great. When there's a multi-page intense fight going on, there won't be that much talking or dialogue going on. That's another thing that got on my nerves.
Yeah.
And so with those two fixes, this could have been a top 10.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. Okay, next. What do you got?
I'll go back to Darkhold Blade, number 1, barring what you have.
I have, this wasn't bad, Made in Korea.
Oh, there you go. All you.
Okay. So this Made in Korea, this guy, basically, they make these little children for people, little people, AI. Well, this guy's made like the ultimate AI in his little robot person, and the kid robot is learning very quickly, and it's not all going well. But he snuck to America. He basically snuck this AI to America. I'm really enjoying the series. I couldn't make it into my top 10. I'm recommending everybody to read this series. It's issue 5, and it's really good. It hasn't lost me at all yet. It's easy to follow. You can see what's going on. It's you got a lot of glare on you.
Yeah,
so there we go. But anyway, I really like it. So there you go.
Blade, Darkhold, number 1. Shockingly, this was not terrible. Daniel Kibblesmith can, after all, write a halfway decent story with action, suspense, and surprises.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a meh because it's only a one-shot. 2, I think I get the ending, but I'm not 100% sure. And 3, the character design cover doesn't happen at all in this comic.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure that's in my skip it's.
Okay.
I was super bored with it. I didn't like it at all.
Okay.
I thought the art was very childish and not fitting for this dark tone of this series they're going for.
I get that. Yeah.
And the characters were super forgettable. There's none of the. It's just humans and vampires. Yeah, and all the human heroes basically.
Yeah, mutants, everyone else, they've all been turned into vampires or human.
Yeah, Avengers are gone. There's no X-Men. There's no one's around. Eternals are all gone. There's no one around. It's just Blade and some other dudes.
Yeah, it's only a one shot. That's it.
Yeah, and it was just I was like, just save your money. I don't think it's not required reading at all. No. You're not missing anything. That's that's why I put in my skip it. So I'll just throw my thoughts in now so I can go quicker later. Okay, next.
Next up, I got what's a cute?
I think that comes out next
week. Are we gonna talk about it later?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. That's
okay.
It's a great cover.
Yes,
by
it
the
is.
way.
Mark
Go ahead, what else you got?
Inferno number 2.
Oh.
Yes. Oh yes. I had problems with this.
Okay, I'll pick the Winchester Mystery House.
Okay, I did read that, and it was a meh for me.
Okay. Yeah, it's a meh for me too. I liked it. I actually enjoyed it. I liked it. You got to go like way. The Winchester Mystery House #1 from Source Point. I liked it. I guess it's based on a true story. I want to know what the true story is. I'm super curious now about what the true story is. This girl, she makes this big elaborate house. They're adding rooms onto it. There's lots of superstition surrounding it. It's back in like the 1900s, early 1900s ish.
Yeah, it's based on the Winchester house that's in California, I think.
I don't know. I want to look it up though.
But yeah, it's an actual mansion that this woman built, where like rooms lead to other rooms. It just non-ending.
Oh man, I wanna do more research on
house.
it. Yeah, I want to check it out more. But I liked it. I thought it was really good. I'm looking forward to the next one. Just got bumped out of my top 10 by some great books this week. Go ahead so this cover's stunning.
Yes, it is. It's arguably the best part of this comic.
The Juiceco, Emma Frost. Beautiful cover. Okay, so go for it. What?
So, issue. When someone is impersonating someone else, it initiates an act that they did not commit.
Okay.
And there are other psychics around. Shouldn't these psychics be able to detect, hey, that's not you. This was an illegal act. Everything happening in the camp, this vote, this should all be null and void.
Maybe because she's wearing a little bit of spoiler. It's really hard to talk about this.
There's an act committed by someone who can shapeshift into other people.
It's really hard.
It raises a lot of questions.
But when she does that thing, she has a thing on that would shield her from that. The thing we're going to talk about this later in the week. Was that your only problem with that?
That was because that's the big plot. That is the driving force to this plot. And it's like, because it wasn't Xavier, it was this other person.
Yeah.
This act is null and void.
But it doesn't matter.
It does matter because it wasn't him.
But this person is still there. This person still exists.
You put them in holding. Put them somewhere else in stasis. Don't banish them. Just put them in holding. Don't kill them.
But they can't. This person exists. She bought it to. We really can't talk about this without spoiling anything.
But
you already know that Destiny's back in the first issue.
Yes.
And you already know that she's going to be voted into the Quiet Council.
She's vying to get.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter how this person is alive. She's not a pet. She's a person, and she put it up to a vote.
But how she got there? It's like this is whoa. This is a cheat. No.
I think it doesn't matter how they got there.
That's cheating. That's lying.
But she was resurrected just like all the other X-Men.
No, that's not. Regardless of that, it's getting onto the council. That whole act. It's like no, this is null and void.
I think. I don't agree that. Okay. How is that null and void though? Because this person exists. It doesn't matter how they come back.
It wasn't Xavier.
I don't think that matters.
Everyone's thinking it's Xavier, but it's not. But yet there are psychics there who could tell if it was Xavier. It doesn't make sense to me.
So I could follow along more with you with the plot hole of how would they not know that other person was the one resurrecting this person.
Yes. I love how we're being very careful right now. And we're not kind of,
if you can't figure it out already, but
we're doing a good job.
You still got to read it.
Yeah.
We're not spoiling anything. It is a fantastic issue. It's in my top 10.
There's little to no action in this, which I'm going to nitpick on that, but it's moving chess pieces.
Lots of chess pieces
being moved.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This issue is very, very Mystique heavy.
Mystique
heavy.
And another thing that left me kind of mad was the other person who got added to the council at the very end. I'm like, okay, I guess.
But I like how they tried to add the other person. They let the great secret. Remember from the first issue of this, if you're reading the X-Men, Moira McTaggart is basically hiding in the basement, right?
Yes.
Like she's the great secret. She's had her 10 lives. She's a mutant. They let someone else in on the secret, and she freaks out.
Yes,
which she should have.
Mm-hmm.
She should have. You realize how much of bastards Xavier and Magneto have been about this whole thing. And this person reacts as you would expect this person in character would react. So they got to bring somebody who is they're looking for an extremely loyal, trusting person.
Okay.
And of course, the person they bring on, that when that dude shows up,
it's like I'm just like,
yeah. And it's here's what I'm worried about is they're almost going to treat him. We need to do like a whole like video on just this topic because I think they're going to treat him like a pawn, and he's not that. Anyway,
no.
Okay.
But except the plot, to me, what I saw as a big plot hole made it a mess for me. Okay, so
I can see that a little bit. But
okay,
all right, what do you got next?
I've got IG-88, War of the Bounty Hunters.
Oh yeah, that was a skip it for me.
Okay,
I'm gonna pull a surprise on here and pull Moon Knight.
What?
Yeah. So I'll start with it. It was an okay issue. It just got bumped out of my top 10. It's kind of slower to me. Not a whole lot kind of happened. It's kind of a touchy feely kind of I'm still me kind of thing. Like it got bumped out of my top 10. It probably would have been number 13 for me this week. I just didn't think it was that great.
So yeah, spoiler alert, it's in my top 10. I'll save my thoughts for later on that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
I liked it. It just wasn't a must read this week. I thought it was Moon Knight's been so good. Like that last issue was like, oh my God. I think it was my number 1 or 2 of the week. And now we're in like a lull kind of issue in between. I think the next series starting up.
Well, one thing I saw, what made me enjoy this was because I see this as a stark contrast with Mark Spector and Batman. Like there's a big plot point that happens in this and to him. And it's like same thing has happened to Batman, but Mark Spector treats it completely differently than what happens in the Batman comics.
All right, let's talk about that.
Okay,
go IG-88. Yeah, go for
it. As far as I knew, there were like 4 different IG-88s. There wasn't just one. And
which canon are we talking about?
okay, I'm talking original. Okay, I'm thinking original canon.
Yeah, and that's what's tough is because all that's been wiped out. Like I keep thinking about the original War of the Bounty Hunters novel that I read when I was a kid, pretty much. And yeah, it's all different. So so IG-88 War of the Bounty Hunters, he died. Yeah. Vader made him shoot himself in the head with a force. Basically.
Hysterical. Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, I thought it was hysterical. Yeah. But at the end of this, I mean, it really amounts to nothing. He's back. He's on a junk planet. It's like,
alone with his thoughts.
Yeah.
So that's why I would skip it. Nothing happened. What I have? Oh yeah, Moon Knight. Okay. All right, next one.
Next one, I got Black Widow number 12.
Okay, man, mine are a lot harder. I'll do another one that was kind of a man for me. It probably would have been Wolverine.
Oh, that's a skip for me.
Great cover.
Yes.
The only reason it's not a skip it is because of the cover. This could be a pure cover buy.
Yes.
Otherwise, God, please give me back a good Wolverine comic. Please, somebody, Marvel, one of your flagship mutant characters, one of your most popular characters, carried you through the 90s, pretty much. Can you give us something back with this guy?
And through the X-Men films, you know.
The art is not good in this issue.
Stiff.
Oh my God. Yeah, very, very stiff. There's so much action. I don't know. It's like they don't know what to do with Wolverine anymore.
No, because they're also trying to push Laura as the new Wolverine.
Yeah, and they're trying to make this it's almost like a spy thing, which is it's boring as crap. Yes. Like this is the Wolverine we want. Knockdown, drag out fight with Sabretooth.
Yes.
Right? It's like savage, bloody fight, learning about his past. Okay, all of his past has been revealed. Okay, got it. You got to give us something else besides a mysterious, angry little furry dude. Right? He can still be an anti-hero, but he's not. Oh my God, don't get me started. Anyway, the only reason it's not a skip it is because of this beautiful cover by Joe Jusko. All right, talk about White Widow, which is also a beautiful Joe Jusko cover.
Yes, it is. Actually, all skip it's or mez or whatever, regardless of how bad they were, they've all got the Jusko cover. Yeah. So I love them. I miss the original Hawkeye. I miss him in the traditional costume. I'm just going to say that. I'm just tired of him just being treated as a punchline as well in the comics. But the color palette in this comic was very awkward and weird at points. It's like colors were merging together. And other than that, it's the plot behind wealthy people and exotic animals. I mean, I didn't get it.
This is a total skipper for me because from the word go, she's wearing they have desexualized this character.
Yes.
100%. There are many fight scenes in here with the White Widow and the Black Widow, and they're fighting and they're jumping around. They're wearing super tight clothes and spandex. I don't need a shot up of her crotch. However, they're curvy, sexually powerful women. Why do comic books creators think, I don't know if it's the publishers, I don't know what it is, but why do they think that sexuality is not powerful for people? Women, men, everybody. That can be a weapon that is used. It's if you train your whole life, and if I had a rocking six pack and abs and look like a freaking bodybuilder, like a comic book character, I'd be outside every week cutting my grass with my shirt off, right? If these characters look the way they're supposed to look, they would dress that way. They would be confident. And when an artist desexualizes them and draws them down so much to the point to where they look like 13-year-old boys jumping around, like some kind of a neutral, neutered version of themselves, it's not in keeping with the part of the character that makes them that character. Like when Inferno happened, the Secret Wars Inferno, and Madeline Pryor came out the Goblin Queen, and they did away with the underboob. Remember that? They brought her thing all the way down here. Yeah, same with that. When they take away the thing that is part what identifies that character,
and
drives me nuts.
Black Widow, that's always been a part of her character.
Always been a part of her.
Her very first appearance has been her thing.
So it's just, and yeah, look at this cover. Look. Anyway, yeah, that's just a huge. I'm just thumbing through the art, and I'm like, this is laughable.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not some. I'm sure I'll get flack in the comment section. I'm not some creepy pervert that wants to look at all the but just draw the comic the way the character is supposed to be represented. Okay, enough ranting. All right, next.
Next up, I've got Wonder Girl #4.
Okay, I'm gonna pick Unborn.
I'm gonna give my 2 cents.
Sure.
Just watch the movie Alien on Amazon.
Yeah. So, this is almost proof positive. I liked it. I liked it. I liked a little kind of mini twist at the end. I enjoyed this book. It just got bumped out of my top 10. One of the main characters in here is a transsexual person. I don't care because it works with the story. I don't care about trans people being in comics. Good for them if that's what makes that person. I don't care if they're gay, trans, whatever. That's fine. Doesn't bother me. The story was fantastic. Fantastic. It just got bumped out of my top 10. I wish it was I'm looking forward to issue 3. I think this is shaping up to be a really good run. I think by the time we get to issue 4 or 5, if it's going in the right direction, hopefully it doesn't take a what was the new Power Rangers book?
Black Phantom Ranger thing?
No. I call it turned into Power Rangers.
Oh, Radiant Black.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't take a Radiant Black and turn into something different.
Yeah.
But I liked it. It just got bumped for my top 10. Go for it, Wonder Girl.
Wonder Girl #4. Hey, remember this series?
Yeah.
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 So the art is solid. Wonder Girl is smoking hot in this.
Yeah.
She is drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah.
But the problem is that it's been so long in between issues, and there's so many time jumps going on that I've honestly forgotten about what's happened.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to remember what's going on.
Yeah. And there's a long history lesson as well, which doesn't add to the excitement for this for me. And you may enjoy this. I really didn't, but the art is gorgeous in this. Joelle Jones draws her beautifully. I love it.
So this made it into my top 10.
Okay.
Jolie Jones' art.
Yes.
That's the main. It's stunning.
Yes.
There are several splash pages of her like having like a memory flashback thing, and it's not fully colored. It's like pencil rendered. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I really enjoyed the story. I didn't mind the flashback history lessons in it. I thought they were really solid, but I'll talk about it more in my top 10. But I really, really liked it. All right, next one.
I've got The Citizen #2.
Oh, man, I wish I read that. Well, I'm going to take this one in here.
Oh. Hey, how about that?
Yeah, so didn't
House of Slaughter #1. Here we go.
Yeah, House of Slaughter #1. Didn't live up to the hype for me. It didn't live up to the hype for me. The thing that made Something's Killing the Children so good, in my opinion, the reason I liked it is because you had this supposedly looked like a very young, vulnerable, timid, weakly looking, appearing girl not even a young lady yet,
Mm-hmm.
who was a super freaking badass.
Mm-hmm.
She was super badass. She
Mm-hmm.
was confident, hyper smart, no fear. And we didn't really know kind of what the way James told the story, the pacing of it was amazing. And we slowly learned about who this was and where she came from. Well, now we're getting a look at the inside, and it's super boring.
And
it's super boring compared to what we're used to with Something's Killing the Children.
And the character they're focusing on is such a passive wimp.
Oh, I hate him.
I hate it. And it's like, and it's,
I hate him.
It sounds like it's mostly going to be a romance story between him and his
roommate. And his new roommate.
It's like, I could not care less.
I could care less either. Yeah. He's, and they even tell him.
Yeah.
They tell him. Hopefully, this is maybe coming into his own story where there is a little twist in there where he's like, this is the person I fell in love with, and then how I had to kill him. It's like, oh shit. I am curious to see how that plays out. But as of right now, it's really totally a meh.
Yes.
Like, I'm not excited about the next issue.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of how I gauge these. How much do I want to read the next one?
I mean, you had a job that's trying to sell me a non-fan of it, to be interested in this. I gave it a legitimate shot, but right now I'm like, I see nothing really to draw me back.
Yeah, I was super, super bored. I love Something's Killing the Children. I know this is not Something's Killing the Children, but you can't help but compare
it's from the world.
It's in that universe.
And written by the same guy.
And yeah, so anyway. It's not, and the last thing I'm going to say about that, it's not lost on me, and I bet it's not lost on some other readers, that there's a brother and a sister, right? The sister is the strong, good, amazing hero. The man is weak. He's timid, but that's also not really in play with kind of again, not getting into politics and stuff, but you can't help but avoid it sometimes. The character's gay, but he's like the weak one right now that's not confident, but the female is a super strong one. So if this is about the weak gay dude all of a sudden becoming super strong and powerful, when the sister was powerful first and now the dude is going to be there, it's kind of like can you stop with the cliches? Like, you don't have to make everything about gender and sexuality and put everyone in their place. Like, anyway, maybe I'm looking into it too much. I don't think so. That's a fair criticism. Again, I'm not trying to be that guy, but
you can't help but notice it. Notice it. It's there.
Yeah.
And when you read as much as we do, you can't help but notice these cliches and trends. It happens.
Yeah. You go ahead with that. I have more than you. So
we talked about it at the very beginning of this video 30 mininutes ago.
Yeah, Citizen number 2.
This is good. It is not bad, and it's actually kind of funny. I mean,
I can't wait to read it.
Like I said, it's almost there as a recommend. It feels like it's missing something. I can't explain it, but it's missing something.
Okay.
It's on the cusp. Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually an enjoyable read.
Yeah. So what it's about is this dude is the only one without superpowers.
Yes.
And he's dating this girl that is a hero, and it's so obvious. She's like, "Oh, something's being attacked across the street. Let me go to the bathroom." And he's like,
and not just that, it's like everyone around him is or they're all playing it off like he doesn't know. That's the best part.
Doesn't know. Yeah, it's so funny.
Yes,
I'm looking forward to reading it. I really am. So for my next skip it, I have Deathstroke Inc.
You mean
I'm sorry, it's Wow. It just, it was okay. The art is amazing. Porter, I believe, right?
Yeah, Howard Porter.
Yes, legend. Howard Porter. Holy smokes. And the color, this Wi-Fi, whoever's coloring this, Hi-Fi. Oh my goodness!
I've never. Is that an actual guy or a company? I
don't know if it's a studio. I don't know what it is either. That's a good question. But man, it's okay. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It probably would have been number 15. There's a lot of books this week. It wasn't bad. Number 1 was pretty good. Number 2, they're back from space. And now they're going on another adventure. I don't know. Maybe the characters aren't that, I don't know. The problem with DC is they got their main characters, and the rest are kind of, they could be cooler, but they don't let them be cool. Like Deathstroke could be one of the coolest characters in the DC universe. So they just don't let him be cool.
I'll express my love for this comic a little bit later on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't hate it. I just it was a met for me. All right. What's next?
My last one, because I wanted to keep it brief. I did read a lot.
I have 4 more.
I got Hellcop number.
Oh man, are you kidding me?
What? Doesn't matter.
All right, here's a man for me.
That was a skip it for me.
Yeah, so Daredevil is just kind of a man. Talk about an anticlimactic, disappointing fight between Elektra. I'm sorry, Daredevil, Elektra, Elect Devil, whatever, and Bullseye. Super disappointing. There's one cool part when he had these hostages on the stage. They're acting out something, which is really kind of cool, but disappointing. And then there's a little shocker at the end with Kingpin, if you want to call it that. But it was a weak sauce kind of wrap up. But next we have the next series is what coming out. What they call it again? The Devil's Reign.
Devil's Dark Reign.
Yeah, something's raining. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully it's coming out of the pages of this, so we'll see. But it was totally a mess for me. Hellcat.
Number one, it has a great concept, solid characters,
good Spawn variant on this.
Yes, it is, and solid art as well.
There might be a ratio. I'm not sure.
Maybe of the Spawn. Maybe
I don't remember.
There are a lot of covers for this.
Yeah.
My issue is that this felt like it was dragging on at around the halfway point, and it felt like it just kept going on. Like, we need to start wrapping this issue up. I kind of got the point. I knew where they were going, and was like, okay, this felt like it's kind of dragging for me. With some edits, it could have been better. It could have been in my top 10.
She just wanted to be shorter.
Yeah, it felt like a double-sized issue, and I'm like, guys, this could have been wrapped up in 22, 24 pages.
I don't know. So it's in my top 10.
Okay.
I really liked it. I thought we're introduced to the characters, like a buddy cop type of character thing.
Mm-hmm.
They have a little mission. We're introduced to there a lot happened in this issue.
Yes, yeah.
We're introduced to the location, to the characters, to the world. They explain the universe.
Yes.
And then they set up what's happening.
Yes.
I loved it.
Yeah, it's a great plot. I love it. Great concept.
Okay, just wanted to be a little shorter.
Yeah, just some edits. It could have been my top 10. Yeah.
Okay.
And that is it
All right,
for me.
so I got 3 more mez.
Okay.
This was a total meh for me. The Batman Long Halloween.
Whoa!
It totally mad me. Maybe it's because I was expecting so much more from it. Maybe I had such high expectations, but you hold it up against. I mean, these two, they created
Long Halloween.
Yeah, Loeb and Sale. They created one of the best Batman stories ever told. It's so good. It was disappointing to me. I mean, okay, Two-Face is the focus. I don't know. It was a total mess for me. I was just disappointed by it. I wanted more. I wanted more of the, the Long Halloween had so much insight into the characters, and I just felt like it was missing a little bit.
Me going in, I knew it was a one shot. I tempered my expectations, and it met them for me. But yeah. I'll save my thoughts for later on that.
So this one, the Wonder Woman, black and gold, black, white, gold. Black, white, and gold number 5. This is the Bianchi cover. I love the Bianchi cover. This would have been a skip it, except for the first story in this was so good. The art was amazing in it. The first story was just absolutely good. It's the brutal Wonder Woman that we all deserve.
I'm going to save my love for that story a little later on.
Oh man, it's so good. It's so good.
Yes.
It's almost worth the probably $4.99.
Yeah.
To pick it up for that story alone.
This book, because I read the DC stuff a few days ago, and this book specifically, I was tossing and turning between top 10, skip top 10. I'm like, because of that first story alone,
it probably would have been top 10 if there wasn't more solid stuff in my top 10. This was really just that one story. It seems like with these black, white, and golds, there's always one really, really good story.
Yes,
and this one was her. She tears through the underworld looking to rescue a friend, and it is so well written. The pacing is fantastic. It is brutal action. She has an attitude of "Don't f with me." That's Wonder Woman's supposed to be, And
who wrote it? My boy Peter Tomasi.
Peter Tomasi wrote it.
Yeah.
And then surprisingly, I really liked this.
Yes, I did too.
It couldn't make it into my top 10. It got bumped out. This is Aquaman Arrow Deep Target number 1.
There's a great twist in this. I'm like, whoa. What is going on?
Yeah. So I'll tell you guys this. Here's a reason to read it. Somehow their powers have been switched. Oliver is King of the Deep and Aquaman is Green Arrow. And there's a pretty awesome fight with some great dialogue in it. It's really, really
Yes.
cool. Neither one of them are happy with the situation. They don't know how they got there, and they're trying to figure it out. I like the time travel thing that's involved in there. You can kind of see maybe what's coming down the pipe. I really, really like this. I thought this was going to be a boring throwaway issue. I was not looking forward to reading it, and I was so surprised by it.
Yes.
So surprised by it. I highly recommend you guys picking this up.
Likewise, and I can't wait for issue 2.
Yeah, me too. I also can't wait for it. This is the Inhyuk Lee variant. Really, really good. Yeah, very surprised by it. Very surprised. Okay, skip it.
For the sake of time, I kept mine to 5. We're at 40 minutes.
Okay, all right. I will power through mine. We already talked about a lot of them, so I'll be able to go through them pretty quick. All right, what do you got?
Whew, first one up off the bat, I got Marauders 25.
Oh man. We already talked about here. IG88. I'll just go really quick. Yeah, so you don't need to read it. It's super boring. It's just save yourself the $5. Like it's I guess if they want to wrap up what happened with IG88, the story's not bad, but it's boring because again, nothing happens. Nothing happens. So just save your money. Go ahead.
Phil Noto's stiff art sucks in this book. Marauders number 25.
Marauders 25?
Yes. Bland, boring, and non-dynamic. And I'm calling bullshit from the get-go with Iceman and what he does. And they actually try to pass it off as actual science. It is horseshit. It pissed me off beyond no end. I cannot recommend skipping this enough.
So I must have left my Marauders somewhere, but that would have been a meh for me.
Okay.
It wouldn't have been a skip it for me. It would have been a meh for me. I thought it was very creative how Iceman rescued them after being thrown out of an airlock.
They would have all been dead.
Well, I don't know. You got maybe a minute. And if he did what he did, I don't know. Read it and be your own judge. I think it was a meh for me. It was a meh for me. I love Kitty, the character they're making Kitty Pryde into. Kate now.
I
love her. She is not a kid anymore. I love it. Okay, what do you got?
I got Wolverine number 17.
I'm gonna do Cross to Bear.
You know, I agree. Yeah.
So this is Cross to Bear from Aftershock. Number 1. It was just confusing. I know how to read a comic, I think, by now. It was confusing to me. There's a scene in a saloon, and someone has a knife to their neck. The girl, I don't know who the hell the rest of the dudes were. People were showing up. You finally realize 2 of them are buddies. They got a bond. One of them wants him to go do stuff, and he doesn't want to do it. He's going to be forced to do it. It just lacked everything. I needed a lot of more backstory to give a shit about anything that was happening in this whatsoever at all. Yeah, I have no cares about it. It just, and I love Aftershock stuff. I was looking forward to this because it's Aftershock. Nope, I didn't get me in this one. Okay, go out with the Wolverine.
Words can't begin to describe how shockingly jaw-dropping and unprecedentedly dumb this comic was for me. Between the mutants having a karaoke jam,
that was pretty lame,
and a secretary having a gun at the ready on top of her desk for someone coming into the office.
Yeah,
it's so conspicuously for everyone to see. I could not believe this. And an editor let all this pass.
What I don't get is with the secretary gun part. Okay, let's say she's at a super high risk job and she has to have it there.
Yes.
As soon as you see it's your boss, wouldn't you be like, oh, okay, it's just him?
Yeah.
And then maybe if he comes and then when he gets real close to her, she almost has the gun on him until he's on top of her. Like, it's me, calm down now. If it takes that level of security, wouldn't you have a retinal scanner, something to verify that it's safe?
Case in point, the movie True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger. When he goes into the office with Tom Arnold, the secretary, she's got that gun underneath the desk. You can't see it. There's a retinal scan. He's like, "Hey, good morning, Janice." Still, never. It's a bad. There's just a bad copy of True Lies.
Yeah. So I just hated the Wolverine, except for the cover. I just want a good Wolverine story, please.
Yes, I agree.
All right, what do you got next?
I've got Amazing Spider-Man 77.
Oh man, we're having some huge disagreements.
I hated this comic.
I'm gonna pull this one out because we already talked about how much I hate this. Like, look, Marvel. It's okay to have sexy women on the cover. Look, they have curves. It's okay to draw Black Widow and White Widow with curves. It's okay. It's part of their identity as a woman and as a person who they are. They are strong, sexy women. It's okay to put sexuality in comics. The inside's terrible. Go ahead.
This comic threw me for a whole loop reading this. Like, between the woman with the bowl cut and pink hair lecturing Ben on responsibility and a door labeled sandwich department, I can tell they're trying to be funny, but I'm not laughing. It is not funny. These are terrible jokes that anyone older than 10 wouldn't be laughing at. I mean, I'm sorry. This comic was not funny. It was not fun. And I cannot recommend this to anyone at all. And plus, the very end of this is beyond stupid because we all know where that's going to go.
So it's in my top 10, and I'll say my thoughts on it for later. I really liked it. There was some moments of levity in there. I love when the dude with the sandwich comes out of the sandwich department and he just looks straight and he goes, "What have I done?" I thought that was a fun little brief moment of levity. I don't think not every single panel is expected to be taken with the utmost of seriousness.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you're going to have some humor, at least try with the humor. That's not even trying.
I laughed. It worked on me.
I did not laugh at all.
There was a big disagreement on this week. Yes. Yeah, a lot of disagreements this week. Yeah. Okay, next one.
I've got Daredevil 35.
Yeah, that was in my Miz. I'm going to pick Detective Comics.
What the shit? Are you serious?
Yep. Just, you don't even need to read it. With the whole fear state going on, he's trapped in the basement with some other dude, and then he frees him. It's almost a throwaway issue.
This is better than Fear State.
But Fear State is the main story. This is like Batman's side adventure from Fear State.
This is more stuff happens in this than the main story.
I agree,
Batman in Fear State.
I agree, but it's all irrelevant. None of it matters in what's happening in Fear State because we know what's going to happen at the end.
I will save my thoughts for later.
There's so much. The only good part about it again is the interior art is great, but you don't need to read this at all. I was thumbing through it, going, "Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care." If this should be the main Fear State story, but nothing Fear State-ish is happening in here. Totally disappointed in it. Go ahead with this. What was this again?
This
the Daredevil?
piece of junk. Daredevil. Once again, Joe Jesco cover. Beautiful. Yeah. Kingpin. Love it. So there is a line in this that really got under my skin. And I showed it to Kyle. And it got under his skin. There is I got to say here, there's a line toward the end of this. So Daredevil shows back up, quote unquote, saves the day. And Spider-Man starts lecturing police officers, telling them, "What have you done today? What have you done lately?" Spider-Man, a vigilante, a criminal by any right, has no right to lecture a cop on his job at all. Period.
Well, he frames it and he says, so they're like, "We got to arrest him."
Yes.
And this is where,
he's an escaped fugitive.
And the thing even says, "I feel like we're walking on the edge here."
They are.
All the heroes are like, "No, you're not arresting him. He did all this good stuff. He identified this in your prison, and he did this, and he saved the day on 2 different fronts." And the cops are actually right. The cops are like, "But he's still a fugitive, and he needs to be arrested."
Yes.
And all the heroes basically bullied the cop into saying, "No, you're not going to arrest him."
This is a lesson that we all learned on The Simpsons with the cat burglar, where the cat burglar returned all the stuff. They're like, "Oh, thanks." But Chief Wiggum was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, guys. He's still a thief."
But he's not. I don't think that Zdarsky wrote that trying to say, like, "Fuck you, cops. The heroes know better."
I think that's what he is. I
don't think so at all. Because if that's the case, why would the thing say we're walking on a line here? I think he's setting us up for something. He's setting us up for this next event that's coming up, because the thing says it very clearly. He says,
he does. Yeah.
He says we're walking. We're. I feel like we're something like that.
Yeah,
we're on line. We're on the edge.
Yes.
Something like that. He says it. So I don't think Zdarsky's saying the heroes know better than cops. Fuck cops. Not at all. I think that Zdarsky is setting up this little. There was a mini headbutting there, and he made the cop stand his ground.
Yes.
The cop didn't just say, "Oh, okay, you're right," and then Spider-Man said, "What have you done lately?" Mm-hmm. "Yeah, get out of here, you stupid cop." The cop was persistent. There's 4 to 5 panels of the cop saying, "I don't care." And even at the end, the cop still says, with force, "I don't care. He needs to be arrested."
Yes.
So you may not like that part. Okay. But that means that, the heroes are the ones that are going against the cop as part of the story. So I thought it was really well done. I thought it was really well done how he pitted the cops against the heroes, with Daredevil in the middle. Daredevil, who clearly was a hero, but he should have been arrested.
Yes.
On both fronts. Absolutely, he should have been arrested. it's almost like that Civil War kind of thing with, where, well, like you just said, Spider-Man's a vigilante too, like what authority does he have to run around the city arresting people, assaulting people, So yeah, I thought it was really, really well done.
Okay.
Really well done. Okay, next.
No. Last one for me. Batman Fortnite Foundation #1.
So if you play Fortnite, get it for the code.
I was just thinking the same thing. Yes.
Get it for the code. Aside from that, I can summon it for you in about 4 seconds. Spoiler alert. So give you like 3 seconds here to turn it off. I'll tell you what happens in this issue. If you couldn't figure it out, shame on you. The Batman who laughs goes to the Fortnite universe. There you go. And his memory doesn't get erased because of his magical visor. So there you go. We're set up for the next issue.
It's amazing how Christos Gage made a concept I thought was going to be dumb into a fun story. Yeah. And then Scott Snyder comes on board and makes it boring for this issue. This is a boring comic.
I really, really enjoyed the first Fortnite storyline.
Yeah.
I was shocked that I liked it.
Yeah,
I thought for sure I was going to hate it.
Likewise.
And yeah, this just seemed
boring.
So much work to get us to.
It's like all of this dialogue, all of this just to say, hey, Batman Who Laughs is here now. It's like.
He could have just walked up to a portal and stepped through it. And by page 3, we have what's the end of this issue. Yeah. The rest of it's all pretty much throwaway. All right.
Yes, get it for the code.
I got 3 more. I got the S Factor.
The superhero dating comic?
Yeah. So here's what's funny about this is that it shouldn't be a skip it because I actually enjoyed it because I hate reality shows, especially reality dating shows. Like this is clearly making fun of The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, and I hate that show. God, I hate it. It's ridiculous. Anyway, and I enjoyed this because it's totally making fun of poking it at it, but it's totally unrealistic. None of these heroes would do any of this stuff. This is just, I don't know. It's so funny because it's on the edge of being either in my top 10 or as a skip it. If this one made it into a skip it. I got a couple more real quick. This one, Blade talked about it. The Blade story, just save your money. You don't need to read it. Task Force Z, I did not like this at all.
What?
Nope. We get no reasoning. All of a sudden, these guys are zombies.
I'm willing to bet you we're going to get an explanation.
Sure, but all of a sudden they're zombies. Is Red Hood a zombie? Is he not a zombie? I think he is, but I don't know if he is. They're going after Mr. Freeze for some reason. There's a big fight. Most of them seem like they die. I hope they don't magically come back next issue because the way some of them died, they are dead. And I just felt like it could have. I love Rosenberg. He's so good, right? That's Matthew Rosenberg. Yeah, he's so
Eddie
good.
Eddie Barrow's in the art, and it's like
I felt like I was just like I got hit by a truck. It was just so much information really fast. And I was like, what happened? Where's the formation of these guys becoming?
Like I said, I'm willing to bet you we're going to get those in the future issues.
I was maybe, again, I'm setting myself up too much for these, but I was just disappointed in it. Maybe I wanted too much because there's another monster book out this week that was so good.
Yes.
I think in comparison to it, it just really missed the mark for me.
I had fun reading it. I'll say my thoughts for later.
Yeah, I just really did. And then last one is this
written by the greatest actress ever in the history of mankind.
So I like her as an actress, but not as a comic writer. This is Mom. This is Mom number 3, Mother of Madness. I just can't with this book. I just can't. It's so absurd. I don't know what audience this is written for. If it's written for women, they're going to be turned off when the giant bat shows up. This legitimately happens. A girl is supposed to, I don't know if she drinks a potion or she does some shit that turns her into the perfect woman. And she drinks it or takes the spell, whatever happens. And she turns into this gigantic monster demon bat dragon thing. And the reason she did that is because the perfect woman doesn't exist. So that's why she turned into this monster dragon thing. And the weird girl with the bedazzled mask does stuff and is out of time. Oh my god, I can barely even look at the art in this and try to read it. It's so cringy. It's just one of the cringiest books I've probably ever read. Just don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Okay. All right. That's been our Skip-Its and top tens, or our Skip-Its and Mez.
Almost an hour again. Jeez.
Yeah, and almost an hour. Lots of disagreements this week. But hey, that's why you guys watch, because you get two different points of view. So don't forget, we're giving away some anime books. If you want to do all the stuff and the things, subscribe. That way you get notified when we go live, so you don't miss our giveaways. You have to comment your like number and comment something else like Sean's an idiot, Drew's the best, whatever.
Drew looks better with the beard. Yeah.
Yeah, Drew's, you like naked face Drew. Like which version do you like? All right. So we'll see you pretty soon for the next one. You guys are the best. We'll see you soon. And buy what you like, collect what you want. Don't listen to the haters. Don't even listen to us. Make your own decisions about what you want to read. And we'll talk to you guys soon.